Our movie starts with Layla and Brandon while they're going to camp in a romantic spot in the woods. As soon as Layla sees the sign, she tells him, "Stop right there. Wait a minute." At first, Brandon was wondering, is this my mother-in-law or what? But of course, my friend, Layla's requests are orders. While they're walking, they step on a board that says, "Campsite closed," and of course, they didn't notice it. When they get in, Layla is happy that the place is empty and there's no one but them. She gets into a romantic mood and tells him, "It's just you and me." But suddenly, he sees a guy approaching them. And just as Brandon is about to say, "Welcome," he finds out there are several of them, and a bow is raised in his face. Unfortunately, they take Layla and finish off Brandon. On the other side, Alex was playing a soccer match, and her mom and dad were standing there cheering for her. And hop, Danny suddenly catches the ball before it hits the little girl. His wife tells him, "You've always been a hero, baby," and she thanks him for coming specifically to travel with Alex so she can apply for college, because she couldn't take a vacation from her work. Also, things between her and Alex lately haven't been the best. She gets surprised by Danny that he retired from his job because they were going to transfer him to an administrative job, and he didn't like that. The next day, he goes to pick up Alex, and it was obvious she didn't want to deal with him at all. Before they start the trip, her mom insists they take a souvenir photo. After that, she reminds him to call and reassure her about them every now and then. On the road, every time Danny tries to start a conversation with her, Alex pretends she doesn't hear. She was wearing headphones and didn't care about anything. A bit later, they reach a gas station, and Danny gets out to put in gas. He tells Alex, "Loosen up a bit. Let's talk together. Our trip is still long, and the road is honestly very boring." In short, it's not asking for more boredom than this. She tells him she's not used to him. "After all, you spent your whole life at work. The army was always more important to you than us." Before she goes down to use the bathroom, she asks him to take the weapon out of his pocket because they'll look suspicious in front of people. He tells her he's a soldier and trained to use it. When he finds her insistent, he says, "Fine," and puts it in the car drawer. After that, they go to the college for the interview. In the parents' meeting, the teacher asks Danny about his daughter's hobbies. At first, he didn't know what to say because most of the time he wasn't around her. But then he tells her, "Write this down. My daughter, and no pride, plays soccer, and I think she's good at sports and reading. I mean, in short, she cares about anything and everything. Let's go. And she also wants to join your college." She told him, "Well, just so we're clear from the start, this is a community college, not a university, just in case we continue together." On the road, he tells Alex what happened and also asks her about her hobbies so he can be ready with an answer when he's asked again. She says, "I'll send you my CV on the phone. Go ahead and read it." Later, they arrive at the place where they'll stay overnight so that the next day they can go to a new college to apply instead of the previous one. He tells her that he read in her academy record that she loves art, so he asks her to tell him more about her hobbies. But she refuses because she's not used to being a fake person. A bit later, they go up to sleep, each one in a room. At that time, we see a guy named Stanley who was preparing his fifth son's birth, which unfortunately doesn't complete every time. He gets upset and tells his assistant that something is wrong. Anyway, the next morning, Alex goes to complete her application, but it was clear she wasn't happy. When Danny asks her about the reason for her sadness, she said she wants a favor from him and tells him she applied online to the college she dreams of getting into, and she got a reply to go for an interview tomorrow. As soon as he finds out it's an art college, he tells her, "Your wish is my command. Danny is at your service." She tells him it's 9 hours away by car. He said, "No worries, I'm a retired man and I have nothing to do." Finally, Alex smiles at him, showing her teeth, and says, "One last request? Don't tell the big boss until everything is finished, because she doesn't like the idea of art college." He told her, "Consider it done and buried in a well." On the road, Alex was trying to book a night in any hotel, but all the hotels were complete. Danny told her, "Don't be sad. Everything has a solution, God willing. I have the camping gear with me. I mean, any spot will hold us just like we used to camp back in the day." But she didn't like the idea and kept searching until her phone lost signal. He said, "That's better so we can talk together for a bit." He asked her to always be honest with her mother and tell her that she wants to study the arts she loves. She says, "Why don't you be honest first? You retired by yourself. There must be a reason that led you to this decision. And please stop the broken record about being next to us and all that." So he stays silent and had no answer for her. She's a bit of a smart mouth. He parks at the first rest stop to get food and gas. Alex goes down to use the bathroom, but she sees this weird woman in front of her who says, "The bathroom is this way, young lady." When she enters, she meets this crazy guy who says, "Where's the beauty going?" She gets scared of his looks and enters the bathroom. On the other side, Danny was paying for the orders and asked this woman for the nearest hotel. She tells him there are no hotels here at all. There's nothing but camping a few kilometers away from them. After a bit, Alex came back and it was clear she was scared. When he asked her again about her look, she refuses to tell him what happened. As soon as they turn their backs to leave, that boss guy comes out and says, "Tell Stanley." At that time, they arrive at the same place as Layla and her boyfriend, and they walk over the sign just like them, and may God protect us. When they enter, he asks Alex her opinion of the place. She says, quiet and beautiful, but it has no bathroom. He told her, the lake is right in front of you. Live your life and take the best bath you want. When she tells him she feels a bit of tension, he tells her it's because this is the only part he hadn't planned for in the trip. After that, they both start pitching the tent. When he finds her remembering the steps of pitching the tent, he gets happy even though they haven't been on a camping trip in years. He asks her to give him an idea about her work and her artistic pieces so that when they ask him the next day, he doesn't do like last time. She gets convinced by his words and takes out her sketchbook. As soon as Danny sees it, he's blown away by the beauty of her drawings. When Alex feels the weather is cold, he tells her, let's go gather wood and light it. While they're walking, Danny hears a sound around him, so he tells her, looks like an animal, let's lure it. When he throws a stone, no one comes out, so he continues walking. After a bit, he sees the shadow of a person running, so he prepares his knife quickly. But suddenly, another one appears and calls out to them. He thought they were hunters and tells them they'll leave so they don't ruin the hunt for them. But suddenly, he tells Alex, run fast and don't look back. When he finds them running after them, he tells her, to the car. But the surprise, my friend, is that he finds the car being taken and everyone is gathering around them. But Danny honestly clears them out. Just as he's about to pack the tent, he finds arrows coming down on them like rain. He tells her to run fast inside the forest. Just as Django is about to shoot them, he tells him, stop firing, and tells him that Stanley wants the girl without a scratch. So he sends a message to two guys, Jim and Cy, and tells them they escaped into the forest and must catch them. He also tells him, watch out, this guy has a nice watch and looks like an old fighter. At that time, Danny was running with Alex until they find a place to hide. Alex is shocked when she finds a corpse next to her. Just as she's about to scream, Danny covers her mouth because the other two were above them looking for them. They were talking together that they must catch them, otherwise their boss will make a feast out of their meat. After all, there's 6 men and he's 1 man and a girl. It's shameful. After a bit, when Alex asked Danny why they're doing this, he said he doesn't know. And the look of that corpse next to you is a victim of theirs. He asks her to stay in her place while he goes out to see the situation. But suddenly Alex gets a shortness of breath from fear and tells Danny her heart felt it ever since she saw that crazy guy at the gas station. He tells her, it's not the time to blame yourself. The important thing is we get out safely. When she sees the wound on his arm, she worries for him, but he reassures her that he'll be fine. He takes her and they move until they reach the lake. He fills the water bottle and takes a tablet out of the bag and puts it in. And this, my friend, is to purify the water. After she drinks, she says, how are you not upset with me? Because she's the reason he took off the weapon that never left him. He said, it's okay, no worries, and that he's been in much bigger situations than this and always succeeded in overcoming all the hardships. The important thing now is that he must protect the most important person to him in the world. He continues and tells her, I'd like to tell you that these people played with the wrong father. After that, he gets up and they continue walking until they reach the railroad tracks and find a caravan in the middle of the forest. Danny insists on going in to search. Maybe he'll find something to help them. As soon as he opens the door, he's surprised by the gang around him. He asks Alex to hide quickly and grabs them one by one. I mean, he goes at them on the sofa. A total beatdown until their Hercules guy arrives. As soon as Alex sees him for the first time, she calls Danny Papa out of her fear for him. Just as he's about to finish Danny, Danny pulls a rope, the caravan rope, and literally there wasn't a single intact piece left. They both run fast, but Alex falls and her leg was about to break, and she keeps screaming. At that time, the rest of the gang arrives and sees what happened to their Hercules. Django tells them, the man among you go tell Stanley that Hercules is dead and see what he'll do with us. On the other side, the two were resting from running, and Danny takes food out of his bag so they can continue. He decides to tell his daughter why he retired and lets her know that the last mission didn't go like every time. And a fight happened between him and the commander, and it reached a fist fight because at the time of handing over the area they were working on, a citizen tried to hand over his daughter because he was afraid for her from the war, and this is considered a violation. That's why he decided to retire. She tells him, the most important thing in this story is, who won? He said, shame on you. He took a lesson he'll never forget, and that's why he hopes to make up for his absence. For the first time, she decides to sleep in his arms. The next morning, just as they are about to move, Alex sees the gang. One of them comes from behind Danny to finish him off. In a split second, Danny trips him up and they run from them until they reach the top of the hill. He tells Alex, "Jump and trust me." Indeed, she jumps with him quickly before they catch them. Just as they're about to take a breath and get out of the water, they find Stanley and the rest of the men waiting for them. Unfortunately, they shoot Danny and throw him in the water. Indeed, my friend, they take Alex just like they wanted. As for Danny, he remembers his daughter's voice while she was saying Papa for the first time, and also his wife's voice saying, "Take care of Alex." So he wakes up quickly and gets out of the water. He remembers what happened and immediately goes to look for them. At that time, Alex was locked up and didn't know what was coming. Layla enters on her and she's pregnant. And who is this, my friend? The one whose boyfriend was killed and thrown in the forest at the start of the movie. She tells her, "Don't be afraid. I came here exactly like you and kept resisting, but it's no use. Here I am. The belly is 6 meters." She advises her to listen and stay quiet. When Alex screams at her, Stanley enters and tells her, "I know you're scared, but with time you'll get used to it like the ones before you. Here's Layla in front of you, the biggest proof." He lets her know they're trying to do something special. He also shows her her sketchbook and lets her know that when he saw her drawings, he felt how much she sees the world differently, exactly like him. Just as he turns his back, Alex hits him with a wooden board and runs fast to escape. On the other side, Danny had reached the gang's headquarters and was watching them from afar. Then he enters on them to teach them how to play properly. At that time, Alex couldn't find a place to hide and finds Stanley behind her. He tells her, "I'm your end. Your end is here, and you must get used to life with them." As for Danny, he had tied up these 4 beauties and was bringing out the old, the new, and the future on them to find out where his daughter is. One of them tells him, "You're too late. Your daughter's probably spending a nice time with one of the men now." As soon as Danny hears his words, the blood boils in his veins and he finishes him off immediately. He tells them, "Your turn is next. The same will happen to you if I don't find out Alex's place, and whoever wants to live, talk." He asks Cy, and just as his buddy tells him, "Stay strong, Cy. Don't talk," Danny makes him sad on his ears. Immediately, Cy tells him, "On the island." When Danny asks him why they took her, one of them tells him, "To continue our lineage." It turns out, my friend, the women there don't conceive at all, and every woman who gets pregnant, it doesn't complete. This thing has been going on for many years because the drinking water has toxins in it. That's why they kidnap girls from outside the town. Anyone coming to camp, they take the girl with him. He also finds out that Ray is Stanley's son from one of the girls they kidnapped originally. So he asks him about his father's place. On the other side, Stanley gets a call on the radio and is shocked when he finds Danny. He tells him, "Your son Ray is with me. If you want to see him, bring Alex with you, and then we're even." When Stanley hears his son's voice, he orders the men to prepare Alex so Danny can hear her voice. As soon as he hangs up, Ray tells him, "If you want to finish me off, finish it. You've already written your death certificate anyway." But Danny was letting him babble to himself and was exploring the whole place. As for Stanley, he was on his way to save his son, but he drops his men on the road and continues with Alex. As soon as they arrive, each one of them raises a knife. Stanley tells him, "We live on the island by ourselves, and you guys build chemical factories everywhere and poison our water with them, and you destroy our lives, and that's why he renews the people through them." Just as he's about to finish Alex, Danny says, "Let's make a deal. You take your son and leave, and I take my daughter and leave, because if you try to shoot, the whole place will explode." He lets him know he's been running the gas for half an hour. He gets shocked and is forced to agree. As soon as Alex gets close to her father, he looks for the device in his pocket. Alex says, "Watch out, the men are coming on the road." Suddenly, Stanley attacks him. Just as Ray gets up to help his father, he takes the knife. The men arrive, but too late because Danny took his daughter and evaporated from the place and locked them in. In a second, the whole place explodes. Nothing remains but Danny and Alex, and he takes her in his arms and walks out with her. But there was a corpse, my friend, still moving its hands. After a while, Danny and his wife go to drop Alex off at the college she wished for. He tells them she's happy they're with her and she'll surely visit them every holiday. Danny tells her, "You know I've always got your back." He and his wife go down to leave, but Alex calls out to them. They thought, she was touched and wanted to go back with them. It turns out she forgot her lab. As soon as everyone leaves, the corpse wakes up and we see Stanley watching them from afar. And wait, my friend, for the second part, which will have a very big revenge party. So if you like this, don't forget to like and tell me your opinion in a comment if we want the second part. And I'll see you in the next movie. Bye.